Welcome to the adventures of the Collective in the Essence of Deitas campaign. Join me as I run my friends and family in a Dungeons & Dragons adventure set in my homebrew world of Deitas. So, when last we left our group of adventurers, you all had found yourselves finally successfully killed the Beholder, received the shard of glass down there after spending approximately 25 to 30 days. You're not 100% sure because, well, no sun to track the passage of time by other than just when you get tired. So you've been under the ground for about 30 days. Once you got down there, you slew the Beholder, and then you discovered that with Pavel passed out next to the Beholder in some sort of coma-like trance because of Melora and Kuzma's presence, a tree began to very rapidly sprout up out of the Beholder. With that, you guys kind of rested, leveled up 2 levels, and then took the teleportation via plants and trees and plants from Kuzma and teleported up and out of the Underdark, finding yourself about a mile or 2 outside of the Pumice village. You guys went back, got paid, picked up Aurelius, found out he'd been arrested, found out he'd made a deal with Hex, and had a couple chains into his ears that you guys demagified and got out of his ears. And then you wanted to take the 3 pieces of glass, 3 out of 5 total. You already had 1 in there, and you had 3 out of the 4 remaining ones, and decided to take it to the Library of Ioun. Again, Kuzma casting transport via plants teleported you guys to the Ubiquitous Bark outside of the Library of Ioun. You guys then took the book, teleported up to the main floor in Alcest's bedroom, and walked out and inserted the 3 pieces of glass you had with 1 remaining piece. Alcest found that it was very hand-shaped and inserted his arm into it and asked Pavel to cut off his arm. And this seemed to work, being the last fitting piece. The mind was restored. There's a brilliant light. Alcest was even able to talk to Ioun a little bit, knowing that she is doing better and looking into things on her side. Then you guys went down, discovered that all the people that you guys had rescued or told you would come back to and rescue had aged rapidly, except for one. Well, even she aged rapidly, but one elf named Mole was still there, and she exited with you guys. You all dropped her off at the study hall, and now you guys are kind of deciding what you want to do next. You guys are basically saying you'll head to the home of the dead for Mendicus' sake, and then kind of go from there. But you guys are just exiting out of this forest. We'll say you probably have a couple miles left within the forest. You haven't spent long enough to make a sanity roll. It's been pretty quiet overall, and you guys are just walking into Fairwind. So if you guys would like to do or plan anything, you are welcome to.
Were we walking out of the forest when we ended last time?
You were still in the forest. You had just left the study hall and were deciding where you wanted to go when we stopped.
I didn't see any trace of anyone named Newt in your roof.
No, you did not.
Okay, yeah. Alright, just checking. Had my eyes open.
Oh, and I wanted to say, Mendicus, you and I had discussed briefly, I just wanted to have this out for everyone to hear, that you were talking about like some ritual thing that I did remember what it was, and it was to interrupt a ritual in the Opalescent Mountains, which are pretty near the Mother's Island, up on the right side of the continent, right there. So that is what I had forgotten about when I was re-listening to it and editing the episode. That's when I remembered what it was.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's where we are, with you guys kind of deciding which direction you're heading and deciding which pathway you want to take.
Well, I don't think we should go straight through the Institute of Disguise again. I think, we kind of made a fuss leaving there, so probably should avoid that.
Do y'all remember a game show last night, or was that just me?
It disappeared and nothing happened.
Nothing happened?
Well, we could take a road other direction, I guess.
So, Yasman, with your degree, does that, can we get into all the other places? Your Institute of Disguise is, invisible. Or the other ones...
Would I know?
I mean, as an as a graduate, yeah, you'd be welcome at any of the schools. You probably still have to pay for housing, but like you guys have lodge, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, you'd be welcome. These are cities. They're large cities that have sprawled and kind of grown around the universities themselves. So you'd be welcome on campus. It's like a public university.
Well, I mean, it's all public anyways. They would probably let us in. I know Pavel's got some weird thing where he's not allowed in a couple feet of children, but besides that, I think we'd be fine.
That's not true.
I mean, you'd think it'd be Yasmorn that's not allowed around children, but
That's because they're afraid that they'll overthrow their masters.
Earmuffs, earmuffs, Aurelius, earmuffs.
Why? I'm not a slave. I don't need to overthrow anything, and I'm almost an adult in kobold years.
Oh yeah, how much time you got left? When you like throwing a party and you have like a quinceañera or something?
A quince what?
Yeah, it's a celebration of your coming into your hood.
Mendicus, that sounds expensive.
I mean, traditionally 5 is considered mature, and I think my birthday's in like a month or so.
Oh, you've already been drinking, so basically adult.
Oh, okay. Is that how it works here?
Look, Aurelius, I think you're talking to the wrong libertarian communities if you think 5 is mature. We need to set you up with someone different.
Well, I'm just saying because kobolds, we don't live as long of lives as, humans or gnomes. Or pretty much all of you. So, what is the actual plan? Are you guys wanting to cut up through Snillick's University of Creation then?
That's my vote. Weast.
Yeah, I've always wanted to visit the Ark.
I'm down for Weast.
No, we this.
Okay.
Weast is nice. Weast is good.
You'll probably have to camp kind of like you did last time as soon as you get off the road, or out of the forest, like a few miles out of the forest. That's about the full day's travel, leaving from the study hall pretty early to get out there. I assume you're setting up in lodge.
Yeah, Osborne, I want the mansion.
Yeah, we can break out the mansion. It's got servants. It's got 1,000 rooms. Y'all remember that from back in the day?
Yeah, bring it out, bud. I need them. You can make like foot massagers, right? We've been walking this whole time.
Yeah, they're ghosts, but I think they can touch you.
Can you
Let's
make
just
one?
make sure no one else can. I don't want anyone else walking in here.
Well, yeah. So the door is almost basically like invisible as you play through this melody. It's a very classical melody, like imagine like a Beethoven style song, and as you kind of like strum your lute and hum the tune, this door begins to shimmer and shine, and it is completely visible to all of you or anyone that Yasmorn deems able to see it. And as the door opens, Yasmorn, I don't know if you've put any thought into what it actually looks like, because you don't have to have all 1,000 rooms now. You could have 5 rooms and then expand on it later. This is almost like your imagination creates it as it goes. So,
We'll say when they walk in, all they see is the dining room then, for now.
What does the dining room look like?
I would say similar to allegedly, it's got massive poles in the middle of tables with dancing servants.
So all of the unseen servants are stripping.
Yeah. Yeah, a real classy place with a little buffet that it's got like eggs and stuff.
Eggs and chicken wings and other greasy food.
Yeah.
You have any prime rib, or some breasts?
Yeah, they got breasts.
So as you guys make your way into this, fine, rather kind of dark establishment with poles and stripping unseen servants dancing on the poles and food is just constantly being brought out as you eat it. I am sure there are drinks being catered around. Everything you eat here is real, but keep in mind anything you take out of here cannot leave the plane of the magnificent mansion. But you all, enjoy a nice night. and it's maybe around 1 a.m. ish. You hear a knock on that front door, Yasmorn.
Hey, someone open that. I think it's the strippers.
It's the
The other one.
goddamn fucking the magic police again, the bastards.
Is the magic strippers police? I got it.
It's for you, yeah. It's a stripper gram, Pavel.
Now, please keep in mind, when I made this map, I was expecting you guys to be in Lodge, so...
This lodge is pretty nice.
Tell him no one's home.
I like that I can see how much quicker you guys load the maps than I do.
Hello.
May I speak to the owner of this proprietorship?
He's not here.
Guys, it sounds like a guy.
No milk
Is that
strippers.
Hayden's?
Yeah. He's not here.
I was just wondering if you had a fire that I could warm up by,
Guys,
and
I don't know what to
food and
do.
drink to have.
No, we don't. No beggars. We already got
What was it?
one. We don't need another one.
we might get robbed.
Mendicus, you hardly beg anymore.
It's true.
What if it's this Jesus kind of situation? Should we help him?
Yeah, well, what if it's one of those things where they pretend to be homeless, and then if you help them, they give you like 1,000 gold? I've seen those a lot.
Now you have Yasmorn.
Never run into that.
Did you help any of them, Yasmorn, or you just hear
Hell
that
no.
story?
Well, once I heard they had the gold, I just went ahead and took it.
Well, we do have Alcahest up all night watching, so I mean, what's worse could happen?
Alcahest, you think you can sleep in their room with them?
And I don't sleep.
All right, Pavel, let him in, but no one let your guard down.
Standing before you is what looks to be like a young, dark-skinned individual wearing, not tattered, but like well-worn leather, like green leather armor. Not armor, like green leather, like a tunic.
Is that Mordo from Doctor Strange?
Yes.
Is it?
That is 100% Mordo. That's 100% Mordo from Doctor Strange.
Sure. I just found the picture and I liked it a lot. You can also see off in the distance, like probably like 7 to 8 foot at the shoulder, tall. What are those called? A griffin.
Yeah.
A very large griffin. Like looks to be like a completely white, with like some golden tips on its wings, on its feathers. Griffin, just kind of roaming around eating. And he says, "May I come in?"
Is that your bird thing?
It is my griffin, yes.
I'll trade you an elephant.
No,
I think that's a good trade.
I am quite attached to my my hippogriff. Not my
Is that a
hippogriff.
beast or a
My
monstrosity?
griffin. Let's
Kobold?
check. They are monstrosities, technically.
Well, I'm really attached to mine.
You wouldn't want Pavel. Stick with the elephants. It's much better.
I
don't know, Kuzma. That one flies.
I can fly.
Can you
Mine
turn
can't jump.
Can you turn into a griffin, Kuzma?
No. Why would one want? Like, let poor man in. Okay, he's probably scared of that thing out there.
All right, poor man, come on.
You okay if I make a history check?
Yeah, absolutely. He will step in and be like, it is my deepest pleasure to meet all of you. My name is Feder. Yeah, with
Damn
a
shitty roll.
yep, with a 9, you're not 100%. He doesn't look familiar to you at all. The name is Feder. I do greatly appreciate your kindness and willingness to let me in on this brisk autumn evening.
Yes. Do you know someone named Doctor Strange?
If you're speaking about the sorcerer who was in these lands some 300 years ago, I have heard a bit of his tales, yes.
I don't know his name. It just seemed strange, you know.
He founded the tongueless ones, being able to cast spells nearly as if without verbal components. It was very impressive, just using his mind.
Yeah, that's very strange. Well, glad to have you, sir.
Oh,
Glad to have you.
it's definitely my pleasure. Let's see.
You guys know this guy?
A gnome,
No.
a mustachioed halfling,
Hmm.
the warforged alkahest, a decorated monk-trained drow, the button-clad elf, and the most handsome bugbear in all the lands. Would I guess that you all are the collective?
That's very kind, but I'm not a bugbear.
Well, I said gnome first.
Don't mind him. Yes, we are the collective.
Oh. Rumors of your accomplishments and notoriety are spreading. I have heard songs of you all in several taverns along the way.
They sing song?
Good ones, I hope.
Overall, yes. Obviously, it depends on who sings it. Just, I'd say maybe 5-6 days ago, I was over in Degarkins, and I heard a song about the no longer living professor.
The dead one, you mean?
Where's the guard?
Yes. It's a little bit northeast of here. Or nearly, actually, just like straight north of here.
What have you heard about that professor?
That he was killed on behalf of many young women who were getting the worst end of him. The song was sung by 3 lovely young elves.
Do you know how the song went? Do you know any part of it? What they said?
I have many skills, but singing is not one of them.
Well, what does this no longer living professor have to do with us?
It's just rumored that you all were behind it.
Nope.
That is fine. I do not blame you for not admitting to anything like that. Do you mind if I have some of that food?
You could have some of
Take
my
your pick.
mash.
Oh,
Your mash? What is that?
Yeah. Well, see, I take the food and make it into one flavor.
It is
Almost
quite delicious.
Almost a paste.
No, not quite a paste. More of a mash, a mush, of sorts.
It's still a little lumpy.
Yes, a little bit lumps, little bit of lumps. It helps my dear friend Mendicus here swallow his food. As you can see, Mendicus, give us a smile.
Oh yeah, I'll give him the toothy grin.
The non-toothy grin, you see.
Oh shit, my bean!
Oh, that bean is long gone.
It fell in Vaden's mouth when he gave him SPR.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Well, maybe this is just you realizing it was gone now.
Shit,
I
where'd
would,
my bean go, Vaden?
Yeah, I don't know. My mouth tasted really weird when you gave me SPR.
I would be honored to try your mush or mash or whatever you decide to call it.
Mush mash. Mashing is making the mush. So yeah,
yeah, he's really mashing it.
it's really mashing it.
So we never got your name, bud. You know all ours. What?
Yeah, he did say his name. Mendicus.
It is Fetter.
Oh yeah. I remember now.
You
Yeah.
play tennis?
Yeah, so I was wondering. Yeah, you good at hitting balls over a net?
Damn.
No, I'm not. It's with T's and not D's though, but I know of who you speak.
You see, not many people see that Osborne's a gnome. Actually, I've only probably met like 2 that have seen him as a gnome.
My mom cleared that up for me. She fixed me up.
See, you must have some special eyeballs.
They are quite keen, I would say. Keen enough to pick a invisible door out of thin air.
Yeah, a man with keen eyeballs like that doesn't probably need to come in and eat and warm himself by a fire.
I never said I needed to.
You're not an assassin, are you?
No, I am not.
So do you
what-
just normally come into people's houses and eat their food and shit? Like you don't need it, but you want to, like live for free and stuff?
I like conversation. Pavel.
Squire's rights, brother. Hell yeah. Aurelius, these are the kind of people you need to hang out with.
If I'm not wanted here, I will happily leave if I make you uncomfortable, Mendicus.
Yeah, it's just a weird coincidence, you know.
You pick up a lot of skills over time, and seeing things is my job.
Oh, so what you do travel out here this far?
My Griffin and I travel all over the lands. I just like hearing stories, having nice conversations. I enjoy speaking to interesting people about interesting things.
You're not one of them goddamn dragons in disguise again, are you?
You are welcome to check, but no, I am not a dragon.
Okay, good. So I'm not sure how big this house gets. You know, I was wondering, think you can fit a full-size dragon in here?
I can make that happen, I think. I can make that room happen. We can do like a grand ballroom.
Did you want a ballroom to appear off of one of the rooms?
Yeah, I'll open a door that they didn't notice before.
Yeah, it was just plain brick, but as he like touches it, it literally just opens like a door, and there's just a large ballroom behind it now.
Oh damn, we getting crunk? It's 1 a.m. I've had a few sippy sips.
Is there a DJ playing music in there right now?
Yeah, 90s rap music.
So, tell me about yourselves. I would love to know more about you.
Well, have you heard about Goddess Melora? She is very great, and I could go on about her for days.
Yes, I know much of Melora. She is one of the wisest of the deities.
Pavel could go on about her for about 5 minutes.
Shit.
But Pavel just did meet her. She was very honorable. I'm very jealous of him actually, but
You met
Who?
Melora.
Yes, I have.
I would love to hear that story. What was it like to meet a goddess in the flesh?
Well, she told me I was allowed to tell people flesh on flesh, if you catch my drift. Sex.
Ah. I did not pick up on that at first, so I do appreciate the honesty there.
Yeah, it was a surreal experience to meet a beautiful goddess and be able to speak to her. At first, I thought she was going for Kuzma, but somehow I ended up in front of her, and we had a very good talk.
Maybe she has heard the tales of the Puvarian Pounder.
Wait, is that what they call Pavel?
Wasn't that your porn name?
It was, and it lasted for a lot longer than 5 minutes.
Allegedly.
Hey.
Pavel, I never did really get to hear much about why did Melora say why she called you to her? I'm just jealousy speaking again, but
Yes. When I went there, I saw a bunch of Dragonborns around the table in the first tents.
If you'd like to give like a rough description of the vision you had, Pavel, make me an intelligence check, just a straight intelligence check, and that's going to determine how well you're able to tell the story back.
Well,
so I imagine with a dirty 1, so 2 minus 1, you get there were Dragonborn in a tent, and then I was smoke, and then there was a lot of smoke.
Titties.
And then there were zombies, also titties later. Did I tell you guys that I banged Melora? And then there were some eggs and something invisible, and then I got to bang Melora. And that's pretty much all you get out of Pavel.
I just gotta say, that roll lined perfectly with me.
Everything's lining up, champ.
Oh, that's really enlightening.
No, there wasn't any lightning.
Oh, never mind that.
Oh, that's so very strange.
Are
Must have been for
you
some reason.
are you telling me that she gave you a vision?
That's what it sounds like.
Yes.
Fascinating.
I mean, two if you count their breasts.
She told me I was allowed to say that.
I do believe you, Pavel.
Well, I believe that you believe me.
Did she mention anything about who is behind all of this? All of these things happening to go wrong at the exact same time.
Yes. Merryman?
Have you all had run-ins with them before?
Married
Oh.
man?
Wait, well, we meet them on a bridge, Yasmon. Remember?
When we threw him in?
Yeah, we threw them in, and they were also responsible for a look-alike that you carried around blooded bucket for a while, I think.
Yeah, I
Oh
remember that.
shit. That's probably pretty stale by now.
I mean,
Yeah,
your brother was one of them.
You did consider selling that blood and then kept it.
I think there may have been one other time, but they have popped up here and there.
They were also
Yeah,
on the
I got
Goblin
married men.
Bridge too.
I got married men blood on me.
I won't say much, but probably something you should keep in mind if a goddess showed you a vision. I don't imagine those come often or easily.
No, not really, but I do.
Did you guys want to do anything else in this evening?
Let's
I was
rob
really
this
hoping that there was
Oh,
going
he's
to be
square.
strippers.
Yeah, we got them. They're just kind of invisible.
Yeah, all of the unseen servants are. You can hear like the sound of like what would be like hands and legs and body parts moving on the poles. You just can't see them.
Wait, they actually are invisible? Fuck!
Yeah,
What
they're
the hell
called.
kind of place is this, Yasmor?
Paradise.
Well, you can probably like see like the clothes, and then the clothes eventually all fall off, but there's just nothing underneath of them.
Yasmor, get them to draw some nipples on themselves or something.
Do you guys have like pasties?
Yeah, some tassels, swing 'em around, you know?
And maybe keep the top on, just tie it tight. Then you can kind of see the impression.
What if we throw paint all over them?
We can try. I don't know if they're like touch through. You know, I haven't tried this one out before. Hey, new guy, do you know?
This spell, in theory, they are corporeal. If they can carry food and drink to you all, they have mass. I don't know the spell personally, but I've seen it used many a times. But in theory, I like the idea of you throwing paint on them. I can't say I've ever seen that before.
Mendicus, behind you, there's a door to the paint room.
There's just a doorknob in the middle of like a stone wall.
Alright, I'll go get some. What color? Yeah, fuck it, I'll throw it all together.
It's going
Yeah,
to be
really match
invisible
it.
paint, isn't it? It's going to be invisible paint.
It's about this time. You hear another knock on the door, but instead of one knock, it sounds like 40 or 50 knocks within a span of like 2 seconds.
At the front door, yeah?
Well, that's the only door, yeah.
Did you invite your friends over?
No. I was here, well, besides my griffin. But he would not knock on your door, he is feeding.
Why don't you open it and say owner's not home?
Sure, I can do that. The owner's not... There's no one there.
It's probably the property tax guys. They've been hunting me.
And then appearing beside you, Alcahest, and I guess Mendicus, you can probably see him from the doorway, is this little tiny, like, fairy-looking creature, wearing, like, she's maybe, like, 18 inches tall, probably less than that, like, maybe, like, a foot tall, wearing what looks to be, like, pretty heavy, sexy armor, because, you know, Dungeons & Dragons, and has, like, a toothpick-sized long sword on her hip. I hope you don't mind me coming on in.
Who is it? Who is it?
I mean, the other one will probably try as well.
Are you from Feywild? What are you?
Originally, yes, I was, but not any longer. I've lived in Frita almost all my life.
What are you doing here?
Oh, we'll get to
I
that.
think I know. Pablo must have impregnated her in that orgy he had with all them fairies. He's coming back to the father of her children.
Oh, no, not related to the bugbear.
Would destroy her.
Well, let me get to where I wanna. I don't want to stay here longer than I have to. I've got a lot of things I gotta do. Would you like the bad news or the worst news first?
Are you here to take Mendicus's last teeth?
That's not up to me to decide, but maybe.
Can you do it naked?
Nope. This is my uniform.
But it's Dungeons and Dragons.
Give it to us in whatever order you think is appropriate.
Okay, which one of you is Vaden?
Right here, miss.
She pulls out just way too long to have fit in wherever she was storing it, piece of paper, and she flies up to you and hands it to you. I'm gonna drop it in Discord real quick if you would like to read it out loud.
Thank you, miss.
You can determine whether you're actually reading it out loud, but I just want to go ahead and read it out loud for the audience.
Did anybody see where that came from?
All right. Vaden, you are being summoned to appear in front of a court in Frita. You are being sued for child support. God damn it, dude. Trixie Cherry Popper is looking for 25 gold pieces per month to support her lifestyle and work. She will need to pay for childcare for a child, a home, food, and clothing, etc. If you submit to this request without contest, please sign below. The magic bag will be provided to you. If you wish to contest this child as being of your blood, then send this letter back and sign below with nothing more than an X. Well, guys, I mean, what do you think the chances are? Come on now.
Well, I
I
think
think you're a daddy.
I mean,
I
you have
okay,
milk and
okay.
cigarettes to put in the bag, or
What happened? What happened? While you were? What happened in that back room?
All sorts of things. She showed me different things and such that.
wait, it hasn't been 9 months yet.
Well, I mean, what are the chances? You think I'm the only one that she has slept with?
So you did sleep with her? Did you put your carrot in a potato or no?
Yes, Kuzma. You showed me the potato. I showed her my potato. It's all good.
I'm not sure it is all good.
It was all good at the time. It was all good at the time, Mendicus. But I guess not now, obviously.
God damn it, Vaden, it was your first time at the house of worship, and you
know.
You had to go for, one of the priestesses.
I know. I mean, I did not know this would happen. What's this lady's name? I forgot to ask.
She has not said her name. She says that she is just a collector.
Miss, I mean, how do I know that this is my child? Can I see him? Do you have a sketch?
Nope.
I think that falls under the contesting.
You are welcome to contest it and show up in court.
So
where
is
is
this contest?
Would this throw a wrench in our plans? Would this throw a wrench in our plans, guys?
There's no rush to go to it. You are welcome to take your time. It is understood that you have a job and you are an adventurer. So, in due time, minimum.
I will contest this.
The maximum amount of time you are allotted to show up in court is 1 year.
I sign an X below.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And she flutters up to your face and puts her hand out for the letter.
Yeah.
And now the other one. Who would like it? Who would like to hold it and read it first?
Me.
Me.
No, he can.
Wait, was that the bad news or the worst news?
Bad news.
That was the good news. What do you mean? There's a contest, she said. Vinny gets to join a contest?
So she pulls out another letter. Who wants this one? Or who will read this one, I guess?
There's 3 me's.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there you go. Somebody read it.
After an extended car warranty... someone else read this.
Meep.
Meep.
Well, give it here. I take. All right. To the Communitas Comrade Collective. Oh shit, how'd they find us out? Okay. After an extensive investigation has been done, we have enough evidence to bring your party to court over the theft of the world's largest button. I've never even heard of such a thing like that. That being said, the Court of Frita recognizes the good you have done across our country, from the healing of multiple treants to the securing of the bridge outside Fort Rannoch, etc. We are willing to strike a deal with you all. Several options will be listed on the back of this page, though they are not the only options. We must find something that is fair for all parties involved that have been negatively impacted by the situation. Please report to Court of Frita within 90 days of receiving this letter. Okay. World's largest button valued at 10,000. I'm not even sure what a button is.
Yeah,
Other
I don't think there's anyone in this group that knows what a button is.
You're not admitting guilt by talking around me. I am admissible in court. Unless you attempt to harm me, in which I will stab you.
Other stolen buttons, 2,000. Lost revenue museum, 100 per day. Physical emotional damage. To a young late night attendant that was beaten up, crushed by a bugbear and lion, and threatened multiple times by multiple members of the party, valued at 4,000. Total value that we are allegedly responsible for, 25,000 gold piece. Option 1, Court of Frita willing to settle for 15,000 and the job well done. Oh, and a job done for Queen of Frita will valued at 1,000 combined hours of community service. Oh, Jesus Christ. Or option 2, 10,000 gold piece fine plus 100 days work on Iron Road.
Now, of course, those are not binding in any way, shape, or form. They're just two of the choices given to you by the court. You are welcome to choose something different if you'd like to, and discuss it with them. Though you will have to come to an agreement with the DA. That's Dustin's attorney.
God damn it.
At the FA.
Ah.
Well, that's, my letters have been delivered. Do you have any questions?
How did you find us?
This thing.
And she holds out like a compass.
This is my thing that allows me to scry and look at where people are. So as soon as I see where you are, I'm really fast. So,
May I borrow that?
Nope.
You didn't want to join us in the library.
Nope. It was quite annoying. I just got the jurisdiction to travel to Frita and to Bower and then I was almost to the Iron Road when, because you guys had popped back up there, and then you popped all the way back down, all the way motherfucking back down to the library. So I had to sprint all the way back down there, wait under the border, and you guys came by this way, and I just kind of came up to you.
Would you have joined us in the Underdark?
Nope. I also didn't get jurisdiction to go to Mount Norton until 3 days ago, so...
You get paid by the mile?
No, I get paid by the letter delivered.
I mean, do you like accept tips, or I don't mean sexually, because Pavel will destroy you, but like...
That's if you can even grab me. But yes, I do accept tips, if you would like to, if you have been satisfied with my work today.
Yeah, the phrasing there.
Do you
I'm
deliver messages for anyone? Like, can we send a message to someone else?
It will be low on my priority list, but yes, in theory. My job for the government comes first. I have a pension. You understand?
Oh, okay. Can you hang on just 1 second while I scribble out note?
Sure. No
I
problem.
don't know where you're gonna put it, but here's 8 platinum.
And when she grabs it, like puts it in her hand, it almost like shrinks in her hand, and she puts it into her pocket.
Yeah, I don't think Pavel would want you to touch it.
What did you do to your nub?
What?
Didn't you have 2 arms? Why do you have only have 1 arm?
That's what do you ask people? What do you ask amputees questions? Okay, I fought in the war. Okay, I didn't lose this arm in the war for you to be asking me these questions.
Every picture of you has 2 arms, so I was just curious.
I'm just saying I didn't lose this arm in the war.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Here, you take this note. Here you go.
Do you want me to read it out loud, or
I have not written it yet.
Okay.
I'll definitely write it later.
may I know who it's going to?
Either Who was it again? Which one was she? Was she the one first?
He was at the Hoofed Pass.
Was that? Nah, I think that was the other one. Yedikin was the one at the first treant in Malona.
Yeah, the druid. We did the thing together, the potion together.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
sucking
okay.
on some wizard dong.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You're
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
about the
And
other
then
one that
who
she
is the
did
other
with?
druid that I met? I can't remember her name.
That I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Started
either.
like a U or some
Alright.
shit.
Sorry.
I mean, no, it was Yedikin that I think I had
Okay.
the biggest love romance with. So yes, it's Yedikin.
Seeing if she's preggers.
Like I said, I scribbled the note down real fast and. We're about to, well, let me know when it's delivered.
You want me to know when I delivered it so you want me to come back and find you again?
I prefer you never find us ever again, but yeah. How about if she writes back, you bring back to me? Otherwise, I prefer forget.
Very well.
And she puts out her hand for money.
Oh, Pavel, I think she wants something. You give her.
Wow. Yeah, I'll lift up my cloth and oh. How much?
How about we call it 20 gold?
Well, it's a scam.
20
No, you don't gotta
gold.
pay for that.
I will
That's a
literally,
scam.
I will literally have it to her within 2 days.
Oh, that's low priority. Wow.
Here you go.
I have 7 runs along the way, so maybe not that low of priority. But, like I said, my government job is more important.
Yeah, just mark off 20 gold. As soon as she gets that, she begins to slowly fly towards the door, making sure there's nothing else that you guys need. And then she will vanish.
Here's 1 copper.
Nope.
It was a tip.
I don't take copper. If you are giving out copper, that means you're poor and you need it more than I do.
She's an asshole.
She's a government employee. She opens the door and she just like flies out of there. And she is gone. And she does close the door behind her. Like I said, I didn't invite any of my friends, though I can't say I have any friends besides my griffin.
Would you want to be my friend?
I would be honored to, Pavel. And he puts out his hand to shake your hand.
I will shake his hand.
Getting your hand with your dad.
I mean, it's contesting, okay? We're contesting this, Mendicus. Listen, I cannot be the only one that she, took in the back room.
How did they even determine? Well, I guess we see if you look like. I guess.
That's what, yep. Listen, there's plenty of drows up on the surface now, so you never know.
Do you want to be a father, or is this something you're trying to avoid?
Money is money, and this takes money out of my pocket. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, you literally have to pay child support.
Right. That's what I'm saying, bud.
And 25 gold pieces over 14 months?
8 months.
That's a lot.
8 42-day months in my year.
How long has it been though? It ain't been that long, right?
I think it's
it's been a
been
while.
like 5-6 months. So in theory,
Yeah, but
close to the 90, or the 40 weeks. Yeah, we've been playing for a while.
Yeah.
Because
No,
you
we
did have that
waited.
whole. You guys also had that like full 18 days travel to the north, 30 days underground. You've done other things in that time as well. So
Okay. So this is the freshly born baby, pretty much.
yep.
I mean, visibly speaking, you'd be able to tell, because, Trixie was, I don't recall, but Trixie was like a high elf or a human.
I believe she was a half-elf.
So this baby very much is going to resemble a drow, and if this is your child. There's
Well,
really no...
I mean, yes, but Alcast, skin color is a thing.
So I'm
Alright.
not entirely sure how child support works if and when they're considered an adult, but don't they have to? You only have to pay child support if you have a job. We're just kind of travelers.
Yeah, sure. Hey, they got no. Hey, we've never told anyone about how much money we've made once.
True, he is correct.
I mean, we could just tell him you have a giant debt, that 25,000 gold worth of button stolen. How can we pay back if we're already bankrupt,
You all are aware that debtor's prison is a thing here. It's Dungeons and Dragons.
Listen. If it is my child, I will pay it. I will pay it in full.
Is it for like
Ooh.
18?
Why does she get to keep? Why not just bring a child along on an adventure with us? We'll have Aurelius suckle it every night.
It's my child. I will
We
take
can
care
go
of
for
it.
What
custody.
the fuck? What is that?
You know what I mean.
Listen,
I don't.
Kuzma,
if it's
can
my
you turn into
child,
a cow? We just milk you?
Kobolds don't produce milk like that. What the fuck's wrong?
Yeah, why does she assume that you're just kind of the father that's just gonna up and leave? Why don't you get to be able to keep it?
well, Pavel, in my culture, we take care of our own. So I will take the child and I will teach it my
Hey, wait
ways.
a second. Didn't we just come across a community of drow and they enslaved each other?
No, the Duergar were enslaving the drow, the Underdark dwarves.
Well, fair enough. Hey, new guy, close your ears. Hey, you can't pay child support if that child's got SIDS.
Oh my god.
Well,
You are aware you told me to cover my ears and then spoke in the same sentence, so I did not have time, right?
I'm not aware of a thing.
That being said, if you decide to kill your child, it's not up to me, nor do I really care.
Yeah, they'll still sing about us.
I'll not kill my child.
I never
Why
said
is
that. I
that your
said
child?
SIDS.
Did the fairy tell you if it was a boy or a girl?
I mean, I don't believe so.
The paper
Because
didn't
your
say.
daughter would be higher than you will.
Wait, the paper did not say it, right?
Correct.
Yeah, the paper did not say it. So, listen, if it is a boy, I would be glad to take care of him. If it is a girl, I hope she does not have my mother's mindset.
Fucking whore.
If it is mine, I do hope it is a boy, but I will train him in my ways if it comes to be.
You wouldn't train a woman?
No.
Open for a girl now.
So I know this was like all sprung upon us, and I'm not the one that has to deal with it, but I'm kind of excited about this whole court thing.
What do you mean you don't have to deal with it, Pavel?
It's not my kid.
I mean, there's two active
Well, there's
warrants.
the other.
One for him,
There's the
one
other
for
court
us.
situation.
The worst situation with the money.
Do we have? I mean, do we even have that much money?
I mean, between us, probably, since we
Yeah,
got paid a lot, it would make sense. This is Dungeons and Dragons. He wants a gold sink.
Look, to be fair, this has been in the works since episode.
I'm just saying. Like it's just like in
12.
WoW. Okay, there's a lot of gold sinks in the world.
And hey, look. We got enough platinum between us. We could pay the reduced amount in the job they had set up.
I mean, we do have 25,000 gold between us with all the platinum. So
No, not the Ironworks. They had a different job for us.
Yasmin, what if you go and intimidate witness, like, or modify memory? You know, you tell him.
Or
You tell
SIDS?
him. What?
Oh, modify memory. That's a good idea. Modify memory.
He has no pain, no suffering. He does not recognize any of us.
He doesn't know what a button is.
it's a little too late because so many people know about it that it's not going to matter.
Oh, that's true. But
With us.
is everything about this hanging on the witness legally?
Well, it's some 4,000 worth of gold.
The queen knows about it. The guy knows about it. Whoever he told knows about it. So many people know. You don't have enough spells.
I've got 2 spell slots of modify memory.
There's at least 3 people, Yasmin. You need at least 3 spells.
Who else know?
At this point, if the whole town's after us, the whole country, probably everybody that would arrest us.
Well, but they don't. They just have to prove it was us that took button. Alfredo, I assume you Cone of silence here.
Did you call him Alfredo?
Right on.
His name is Feder.
Yeah, that's what I say.
He said Alfredo. Kuzma.
Hey,
Are you
Chuck,
hungry?
plug your ears.
You do not need to worry about what I do and don't hear. I will not get in the way of your business.
I like fettuccine already.
I believe that was a giant some 200 years ago. Fought alongside Mammoth Nimbus.
You sure know your history.
I do. I am quite the scholar. I enjoy reading.
I mean, we already have plans to go to the west, so do you want to split up and some of us go north?
I don't believe we should split.
I mean, we could
You break it up
instantly
with us?
travel to anywhere we want to. That there's a tree that Kuzma's touched, so we could do what we're doing in the west and go fast travel to Trixie and then the town with the button.
The court
That's
of Frita
true.
is in Sarajevo.
Oh no, I'm not going there just yet. Jesus Christ!
I'm just saying.
On that carpenter's soul, I'm not going there.
Wait, what's going on down there, Alcahis?
What, in Sarajevo?
Is there people you don't like?
We were all there. What do you mean?
Yeah,
Well,
that's
you
the
sound-
that's the religiously free city.
It's right next
Oh.
to those Thousand Hills, Osborne.
There were at least hundreds of them.
Oh, it's been a hot minute since I've been around those parts. Well, you know, y'all, last time I was down there, I met this strange group of really weird smelling people. I followed them for a while until I ended up. Wait a second. Never mind, forget that.
I mean, we could just travel there by tree and take care of our business and then go out, but it's up to you guys what you want to do.
Well, we can take care of. We first have to. Just, I don't know. We could go forward and negotiate if we. Perhaps we shouldn't go there just with the intention of intimidating witness.
Well, who knows? Maybe our negotiations would hold up better if there was no witness. You know, we
That's
could do a
still
little bit of both.
I still have, pounds and pounds of mithril.
How would they know?
I could just give them some of the mithril back. I mean, that would be an argument I'd make. We could
Well-
rebuild the button. I mean, we could make it, better and bigger, more buttony. Me and Mendicus, we could come together and his expertise on buttons and mine on metal.
How do you make a button bigger with less metal?
I mean, they have adamantine as well.
Perhaps world's most perfect button.
I
You
mean,
give it like a fake cream filling?
it'd be like an adamantine-centered mithril button.
I think they'd buy that.
You guys are
I mean,
pushing
they're
my
not
button.
the very, very intelligent people, at least not the people that were guarding it, or the ones with the museum. It was, 250 originally, or 240? 240?
That sounds about right.
Because I have 135 left of the original 240, because 40 in mine and Osborne's ship, plus I've given away bars.
You said you have adamantine, Alcast?
Yes, I do.
Would you be willing to part ways with some of that?
What do you need it for?
I enjoy smithing a little bit on the side as a hobby. I've got some repairs that need to be made on some of my Griffin's armor.
It's very expensive.
I would just
Excuse
like
me, it's
to
the first time I've heard you talk about money like that.
Well, we were suddenly a collective in debt, so I hate it.
You gotta socialize the losses,
I'm just looking for 10 pounds worth.
Can you speak on our behalf? Maybe you give good words?
Well, it seems like they already appreciate the work you've done, but I could write you a letter, sure. Although I don't know what my word will mean to them.
Just making sure, because you seem familiar, but I roll like shit. I don't know you, right?
We met one time.
He's a goddamn dragon.
Is he looking for revenge? Did we hurt you in any way?
No, I have never met you before, Yasmorn.
Who? Oh, me.
I mean, I can give you 10 pounds. It's no harm to me.
What would you like to charge for that?
No, you're fine.
I insist on paying.
Letter of recommendation would go a long way.
I will do that before I leave.
Yeah, just write your name, print it, sign it so they know it's you.
Uh,
Maybe get your griffin to step on it.
So you see him kind of like walk over to the, like a table, and he sets out some like paper and he writes on it, and he eventually folds it up and puts a seal on it. It's like a Celtic knot seal, a wax seal, and he says, "That should do it." And, put my name on the outside, and it does say Donorg Fetter, and I will let you make another history check.
Wait, that guy was president.
Let's not roll
Yeah,
heavy.
that was God Emperor Trump, Yasmorn.
I'll add a 6 to that.
That was a dirty 20.
Yeah.
So with a dirty 20, and actually seeing his name, Donorg Fetter, written out, you remember one time, briefly, in the middle of one of the battles, that you were certain you were going to lose. And it was going to be a big turning point in the war. It was the first time that you had seen your siblings, specifically Hex and Lilith, bring out beholders to fight on their behalf. At that point in time, things had been pretty civil in the war, but this was the first time they brought them out. And you remember a albino with golden-tipped griffin flying out of the sky and just cleaving one of them in half. Now, this guy doesn't really look anything like him, because he was decked out in very, very like heavy plate, but the similar green armor, and just literally drew out a longsword, sliced one of the beholders in half, and that morale change, and they had multiple beholders, but just that morale change and taking out one of them entirely turned things around, and it was much more. It was not as bad of a loss for your side. Your side still lost, but and afterwards you asked Ayun who that was, and it's just the name, Donorg Fetter. That's all she said.
I mean, think of this as a return on a debt that I had a long time ago.
I was curious how much you remembered.
You seemed familiar. I just roll really poorly.
Well, I appreciate the drink, the food, and the entertainment. I should be on my way. I've enjoyed the conversation very much.
Please, spread tales of my food. I've tried to get better at it.
It was unique.
If you liked it, no pressure, no pressure.
I enjoyed the flavor combinations. It was a bit, maybe watch the dandruff a little bit.
But that adds flavor.
As long as it is intentional. It didn't seem to take
It is
away.
intentional. It is, and it's just it's my method. It's it's top secret. Not really now. I've showed many people, but it's more efficient. You get all of it in your mouth at once, all of the flavors. It's a lot easier to eat.
It is very smooth on the way down. A lot of the times, if you think that's a deboned chicken and you eat it, and the bone can mess you up, but with this, it's literally powdered in there, and then you get the nutrients from the bone as well.
Right. It's bone mash too. Yeah.
Mendicus, it's kind of ironic. If you were just as easy to swallow, then we wouldn't be in this predicament.
What?
His
Oh
child.
God.
Well, you permitted me into your homes, or into your home. You fed me, you gave me drink, and
I told you this would happen. I told you.
This is a Jesus situation. He hands each of you a book. I know that each of you aren't the best readers, but for those of you, I got you more picture books. Alcahest, he hands you a book. On the front of it, it is labeled, "The weapons on the body are better than the weapons held." Author, Sergeant of Arms Tortellini. It's a dark green book that looks to be made out of a literal turtle shell, with like a similar pattern. Like that's the cover is a turtle shell. It looks like it's been bent and curved around to be the entire hard cover of the book. Kuzma, he waits.
He's a badass.
There's a whole city named after him. Kuzma, he hands to you a book that looks to be made out of a very old log that looks like the tree was grown and rectangular. And it looks like somebody very precisely and gently cut the log to be each page. And on the cover is not ink, but it looks to be like a staining sap that everything was written in. And the name of this book is The Collective Manifesto by Marl Karks.
Oh my god. That's amazing.
Thank you. Mendicus, he hands to you a nearly entirely black leather book that has just been wrapped up with chains. And the name of this book is The Key to the Ball and Chains by Don Fetter.
When you wrote this thing?
I did. It's a good read. Before I finish passing the last 3 of these out, please keep in mind the ink is magical. Once you open it and begin reading, you will have 2 days to finish it.
In all of them, or just the next ones?
What do you mean? Oh no, in all of them. In all of them.
Okay.
They are one of a kind, each of these. And Pavel, he will hand you a book. This is the most extravagant of the books. It is a beautiful red leather with gold embossing all over it and lovely designs. And it is Hector Rovere's The Dance of Death, Volume 5, Keeping Your Distance Up Close. Author, Hector Rovere. Vaden, he hands to you a very plain purple leather book with silver writing on it. Little to no design. It's a very, very basic book. It's a long title. It is The Fall of Meldro Kuruk, an extensive history into the rise of the Drakeen family and the intrusive skepticism leading to the demise of Lolth.
Wow.
It's a biography of Veshdan Drakeen, written by Snippy Halllurker. And then the last one to Yasmorn.
Picture book.
It is The Thrilling Melodies of Maraschino Tourmaline, author Maraschino Tourmaline. This one is a bright pink and like a little pinkish red leather book that looks to have like a little cherry stem coming off the top of it. And though the book is still closed, because he said once you open it, you have 48 hours to finish reading it. Just looking at the pages, each page color seems to be a slightly different color. That doesn't seem to be any repeating colors in it. It's a very beautiful book.
Oh, yeah.
And that is my gift for you all, being so kind. My friend Pavel, Vaden, Kuzma, Alcest, Yasmorn, and Mendicus. And you too, Aurelius. Thank you. And he will
Thanks, better.
turn and begin to walk away. He will open the door, exit, and him and his griffin will fly away.
That man is old as hell.
Hey, Kuzma, I didn't want to say it in front of him. He said that book's unique, but when I was in college, there was a bunch of annoying kids in coffee shops that would jerk off to.
Jesus Christ.
I will put your book names in chat real quick.
Perfect.
Cause,
Discord chat?
Yeah, because yours was long as fuck.
Yeah, it was. I wouldn't be able to remember that.
So with Don Fetter gone, it is just the 7 of you in the Magnificent Mansion dance. You can hear the 90s rap music coming from the ballroom. Mendicus, you still have a bunch of paint sitting on the ground around you, mixing together, and you have invisible strippers. What do you? And it's probably pushing like 2:30, 3:30 in the morning now. What are you guys doing?
I guess long resting.
Or sleeping.
All right. Pavel, your book is a picture book, and Yasmorn, your book is a music book, so a picture book. So you don't have to do any reading.
You have to read the notes, though, Yasmorn. It's how music works.
What does that mean?
I mean, you got to know what the notes are, right? Or you just guess.
Notes. Look, man, I just sort of move my fingers and does what sounds good.
All right. You all take the evening and long rest. You guys have a very peaceful night. I assume, Yasmorn, do you make individual rooms for everybody, or what?
Well, I'll let Kuzma and Pavel sleep together.
Do you want them to design their own rooms, or do you want to design their rooms for them? Because I'm just curious. If you have nothing in mind, that's fine too.
No, yeah, I'll let everyone customize their own sleeping arrangements.
I'll just sit by the door since I don't sleep.
Okay. Yeah. You just kind of sentry mode up in the dining room, stripper room. What is it? I'm curious what everyone else imagines their bedroom to be like. Then we'll take our long rest and our break.
So this room is like just anything we imagine, essentially, as we walk in?
Yeah. I mean, Yasmorn technically has to design it for you, but yeah.
Okay, well, I would like a very old growth forest with a giant baked potato bed in the middle of it that I can sleep in.
Make sure it's big enough for you and Oh, wait, I'm doing it.
Now, is it a baked potato or a twice baked potato?
Use a twice baked potato.
King size.
So you have a king-sized baked potato in the middle of a large... I think the max size is 100 foot by 100 foot grove. The room can't...
Well, it could still look like that.
Yeah.
Mendicus, for you, I was imagining like two alleyways.
Yeah, maybe a big old soft box.
Yeah.
So
You can have it a little damp too. You know, soft.
Maybe like cats and people yelling.
Yeah, that works.
So he designs for you. As you walk in, it is like a refrigerator box, so like just massive. It is like wet on the bottom, but not so wet that it'll soak into your clothes. And it's like that 40 ply cardboard. Like you've saved up like several cardboard layers, and it is that perfect amount of comfort that brings you back to your past with the sounds of incoherent people walking by, occasionally stumbling and knocking over trash cans, and cats getting into fights, but distant enough that you got the good street. You got the good alleyway. Vaden?
Just complete dark room, with one just mattress on the floor, maybe a window to look out.
Without telling Vaden, I'll also add a record player that's playing the sound of a child crying.
Okay, that work. That work.
It cuts on in the middle of the night.
Just to prepare me. He's just preparing me. And a window to look out into the night.
Wait, can I do windows?
It's a fake night. You'd have to design the night outside as well.
Sure, just the moon.
Yeah. The moon of Elestray.
Sure.
So while you're in that room, pitch black window that looks out into not augmented, but an artificial night sky. So what Yasmorn remembers the night sky would look like.
Big old thing of cheese.
Yeah, big cheese wheel, giant cheese wheel.
Occasionally throughout the night, you just hear a baby cry, and then it's enough to wake you up, get you out of bed, then it stops. Yasmorn, what does your and Aurelius's room look like?
Aurelius gets the smallest room possible I can design, with
Was it?
no amenities. So like a jail cell, but worse.
Jesus Christ.
I'll take a massive luxury, massive bed, two invisible servants sleeping on either side of me. All the best music playing, servants playing me to sleep, with gold furnishings.
and it is luxurious. It is every orphan's wet dream, as you are massaged and comforted into your sleep. Does anyone else want to do anything in the middle of the night?
My hair bomb.
What? Oh, your hair bomb?
I want to use my bomb.
All right.
Oh my god!
That is your third one.
You're already
Ow.
bald, and it can't
I'm
get
still
bolder.
bald, yeah. I'm still
You're-
but my hair recedes into my skull.
The other hair on your body starts to fall out.
If you do that 3 times in a row, it's permanent, right?
That is, yeah.
Your leg hair.
That's fantastic. So you all awaken the next day, and when everyone comes out and eats their breakfast, Mendicus is the only one that hasn't come out. And eventually, when you do check on him, when you walk in there, he has got the chain off the book. It is sitting at his feet, and he is just like bloodshot-eyed, staring into the book, reading. When you call out to him, there is no response. If you look over his shoulder and into the page, you can see what looks to be a drawing of hex on it, and just incoherent words to you written beneath it. And he is basically in a trance reading this book. And that's where we'll go ahead and take our break. And Mendicus, you'll go ahead and head out for the night. And we will come back in about 10, guys.
All right.
Hey, folks, DM of All Natural here. If you're interested in sponsoring our podcast, feel free to message us on Instagram at All Natural. That's AU_NATUROLL, All Natural. Or feel free to email us at deitasaudio@gmail.com. That's DEITASAUDIO@gmail.com. Thank you, and let's get back to the game.
Hey guys, we can look through Mendicus's pockets.
I'll go outside and go into lodge.
Okay, yeah, so like I said, you guys have got, you guys are welcome to travel. You've got the mansion, it lasts for 24 hours. Mendicus is just it looked like he didn't sleep all night. He is unresponsive and just reading.
So this lodge of sorts. Sorry, I messed up. This book of sorts. It seems to put him in trance. I wonder if Albuk did this.
Oh, you think it was a trap? You think that guy is an assassin?
Well, I'm not sure. I just think maybe we all not read book at the same time.
I'd like to counter that with I don't think. Period. End it there.
Alcas, what'd you go out to your lodge and do?
Go read the book.
Okay, you do not fall into a trance as you read it.
We wouldn't know that though.
Right, yeah, so for all you guys know, just Alcas went out, he set up his 5 stones, and he walked into his lodge.
Is this after the after you got a night's sleep, brother, right?
Yeah. You guys all got a night's rest. You woke up the next day. Mendicus is in a trance. Like, you wave your hand in front of his eyes, and he still continues to read. Alcas, go ahead and make me an intelligence check for this first day to see how far through the book you get. Okay.
6.
26. You definitely get over halfway through, and you though you're not in a trance, you do find it very difficult to put this book down. Tortellini, as a turtle person, seemed to write very slowly, like everything he says. I think it's like it almost looked like he got paid by the word. It's very long and very drawn out, which you kind of enjoy in that everything is over-explained. So the first. Basically, like, the whole premise of this book is if you find a way to be like a turtle and have your weapons be a part of you rather than be separated from you, he can't drop his shell. He can't have his shell knocked off, so he will always have his armor. So like the first half of the book is dedicated to prosthesis and how some, like, going into like pirates have their peg leg and things like that, and how there are some magic items that exist to replace body parts. But better than that is to create your own. So that's kind of what the first day you're going to get through is designing prosthesis, which kind of catches your attention, obviously, with your recent run-in with things. But about a couple hours goes by, and you guys, or maybe like even an hour goes by, and you guys haven't seen Outcast. What are you guys doing? The rest of you all, or if you'd like to respond to that Outcast, you're welcome to as well.
I like the read so far. I like what you're doing.
What are the rest of you all doing? About an hour goes by, no Outcast.
I mean, while I was, I guess, in trance, I would have tried to use the moonlight to read some of the book.
In the middle of the night, or do you go back in your room and do it?
Like while I was in the room.
Okay,
Because
so
I'm only, like 4 hours of I guess, if
Okay.
we're sleeping 8 hours, 4
Yeah.
hours of reading.
fair enough. So as you begin to read the book, you also do not fall into a trance. Obviously, you woke up in the morning, walked out, saw Mendicus in his trance, so you know that it's maybe just his book, maybe some of y'all's as well, but not yours,
Right.
Vaden. So your book details how Veshdan Drakeen, a drow, was able to infiltrate the high rankings of his family, though he was just like a distant cousin, but he was such a good fighter that he was able to infiltrate their ranks and slowly spread truths, but to these people lies about Lolth. And he details out his methodology of cutting away the trust of Lolth one family at a time, one family member at a time to start, too. And go ahead and make me a wisdom check, just a straight wisdom check. Nice. Where you get in the book before you wake up is to where he has just gotten like his first couple family members to step away from Lolth, or at least to begin planting the seeds of doubt, guaranteeing a better life, that kind of thing. That's all you get before you wake up. But what are you all doing with the rest of your day?
Should we just leave without Mendicus?
Oh, we throw him on the elephant.
Yeah, we bring with.
Throw him on the elephant and let him rest. Something's up with him.
So Vaden, you read and nothing bad happened?
I did not go into a trance like Mendicus did, no. So I think we're good. I think you could read your book, possibly.
Hey, how long is my book? Like, I have some paper that I carry with me for whatnot, but
yours is pretty short because the pages can't be cut, but so thick, but so thin. So you probably have like the least amount of. Well, you and Pavel and Yasmorn have the least amount of reading to do.
So I'd probably have maybe enough paper to transcribe.
You can try, but you should have more than enough paper. I don't know how. you did take a lot of newspaper, those flyers back in the day. Is that something? Are you guys staying in the mansion and doing that, or getting on the road and doing that?
Are we headed off to court, y'all?
I think it's time to go to court. We have 90 days, or a year, depending on which one we choose to show up for. I guess we can continue along the road to a destination. Let Mr. Elephant drag us along. Usually Alcast set up his lodge on cart.
Where is Alcahest? I lost.
Sure, he's off doing something somewhere.
Yeah, if you guys open the front door to the mansion, you can just see his lodge door set up right outside of it. So do you guys want to hop on the elephant, hop on the cart, and just continue on?
Yeah. I mean, I'm down for that.
Yeah. What was that, Pavel?
I said yeah.
It actually looks like you guys should arrive by nightfall at Snillix. It's right at like the day's mark of travel, so you guys are getting a late start because you stayed up a little bit late, but you'll get there a little after nightfall. What are you guys doing on the drive? Alcahest, I assume you're going to continue to read, get as much of that in as you can. What about everybody else?
I'm just
I'm gonna
gonna
try to shake Mendicus.
focus on the road.
Just keep in mind, you only have 48 hours to read your book. So,
Well, the
Is it,
timer started immediately.
upon opening?
as soon as you open it up, yep.
Okay.
upon
I
opening.
will then on the back of the elephant read
Okay.
as well.
Cool.
All right, I'm gonna start reading and transcribing.
Okay. Pavel, Yasmorn?
I'm not touching my book. I'm trying to shake Mendicus out.
Okay. You'll continue to shake Mendicus as you go. What about you, Pavel?
I don't want to look at pictures yet.
Okay, cool. So as you guys continue on, Vaden, I'll keep your roll from earlier, just kind of have it go for the rest of the day. You get right at that halfway point in the book, and you get a few more of his anecdotal stories of how he began to sway people. He completely stayed away from his matron mother, started with the lower ranking members of the house, and once he had about 10 people who were beginning to doubt Lolth, his house started, the Drakeen house began to suffer as Lolth was punishing people for some of the not high priestesses, but like some of the priestesses going through the school of the Church of Lolth school began to doubt. Lolth could sense that and began to punish the Drakeen household. Yet, when this, ranked 25th in the city house got attacked, everybody thought they would fall because they did not have the guidance of Lolth behind them. On 2 different occasions, they were attacked, and behind the swordsmanship of Veshdan Drakeen, they were able to maintain their rank and even move up because a stronger house very weirdly attacked them. And that's where you get at in that point in time. And that swayed those 2 houses that attacked to eventually switch sides as well, seeing the strength of not siding with Lolth, and they were still able to win. The Drakeen household was still able to win. Even the matron mother began to stop threatening Veshdan. She still was the head of the house, but she stopped threatening him after 2 successful saves on his part. Kuzma, make me a wisdom check. Whew.
Sexy.
I was actually going to say it's impossible to transcribe. Like, whatever you write down just wouldn't make any sense. But with an at 20, as you're writing it down, you see that you just have to write a little bit slower. That's really all. But I don't know that you'll even want to, really. This kind of goes into a deeper into Melora's commandments. And the best way for a society to come together and work together, each person doing what they can for the betterment of society, understanding that people have lazier days, but as long as everyone is pushing towards this all for one goal, that anyone, even if they dislike each other, can come together and better things. And then about right at the halfway point in the book, it looks like there's a drawing of a creature on there labeled the Spinosaurus of Melora. And with that, I will give you permission to that creature. And that is a creature that you can wild shape into.
Okay.
It is under Melora's beasts. But it kind of goes into great detail of this creature. Its height, size, all of its specs, all of its abilities, all of that. Basically everything you would need to be able to turn into one by seeing one. But yeah. And you will have advantage on the next roll you make tomorrow. And with that, you all arrive, like I said, in the night to Snillix, University of Creation. It is a lovely university. It is just massive. I mean, everything is literally perfect. Because anything that gets damaged, they can just create. Everything is perfect marble slating. All of the houses look like to be made out of the same material. What are you guys doing at this school?
Hey, Mendicus, I bet there's a professor here we could... Oh, Mendicus.
Yep, still nothing from him. So what are you guys doing here?
At Snillix? We're at Snillix now?
Yep. Just staying in a lodge or finding a place?
Yeah. not very interested in moving along yet.
Okay, so yeah, you guys probably camp a little bit outside of the city, because setting up lodges.
Yeah, maybe
in the
wait
middle of it.
for Mendicus to get out of his trance, I would say.
Yeah, that makes
Or
sense.
at least finish all our books.
Yeah, finish the books.
So elephant stopped, cart set up, get your like camping stuff set up. Very nice. And you do a little bit of hunting in the evening,
Yeah.
get some mush for everybody. Yasmor and Pavel still staying away from the book for now.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold on to it.
Okay, cool. Just checking. So are you guys just gonna spend the entire next day here as well then, waiting for Mendicus to wake up?
I
I don't see
Yeah.
why we move on.
And I want to finish the book too.
Yeah, that'll be the next day. While you guys finish that, Mendicus will finish his as well. So then, Vaden, Outcast, Kuzma, make me a check for Vaden and Kuzma. Wisdom for Outcast, another int check.
24.
Nice.
It's another long rest or no?
Huh?
Or
Yeah.
have
yeah.
I just been reading?
You will have finished another one. This will be the next day of reading. I assume you guys stop to rest, wake up, and be fresh for it, because otherwise you have disadvantage on the ability check. So Vaden, you rolled first. We'll do you first. 16, great roll. This eventually details out the fall of Meldrok Karuk, which was the city that your family originated from, the Drakeen family. Before, though maybe not the same family, but like dissenters from Veshtan's way of thinking would have gone to another Drow city and began the Drakeen household. But it looks like your genes were too strong with the getting away from Lolth thing, and it got passed on anyway. But it eventually details that out, how slowly convincing the matron mother, affecting other houses, showing the strength of the Drakeen household despite Lolth. Though it was hard because they got attacked often. There were a lot of hard times under siege, though with the way things work in Drow society, everything's still done in secrecy, so it's not like there were multiple houses attacking at the same time, though sometimes there were alliances made and extra troops provided, which is against the standard. Veshtan was able to see through that, maintain his strength, maintain his forces, train them up without reliance on an evil goddess who manipulates them, and eventually cause the entire city to collapse on itself. Freeing, that was what became known as the first great wave of Drow leaving the Underdark and coming to the surface.
And that is so much to write down.
Yeah, well, luckily it's also in audio form.
Yeah, I'm gonna just re-listen to it and write it back down.
Yeah. And with that, you gain a plus 10 to persuasion on convincing Drow to get away from Lolth.
Jesus.
Fuck yes, dude. What?
And that's only if you're trying to convince a Drow not to follow Lolth anymore. You have a plus 10 on persuasion.
On Drow.
Yep.
You also get a plus 10 to con when you're fighting a drow. I'm kidding.
Next up was Kuzma with a 21. So I can't really give you, the same stats like I can for. I can't let you convince your collective members to not hate each other sometimes. But I can give you another beast that eventually details out. But it continues on the socialism path initially, and then you also gain access to the creature is now under your control in Melora's Beast. Melora's Phoenix.
Holy shit.
This creature has a beak and talons, can fly, it's fast as fuck. It's not like super high HP or anything. When it dies, it sends out a fiery burst that does fire damage to every creature around it and heals your allies within that same range. Also, just so you guys can see the mustache.
A beak.
I put mustache on all of your creatures, just so you know. Kuzma.
I appreciate you.
Yep. And Alka, so they 24. This will cover the last half of this book covers some basic designs. Obviously, this was a long time ago when the book was written, so technology it wasn't as well advanced. So even as you're reading it, you can put together pieces on how you could make some significant improvements on Tortellini's designs. And you come to understand how sometimes even accidentally in his writings he discovers things and causes things to happen just through trial and error, much like when he killed Cyric. It was kind of accidental, knocking over all those things and eventually getting the dagger and just stabbing the right person. Sometimes things just worked out for Tortellini, and through his writings discovered, proper ways to attach prostheses so they won't come off, and different things you could do with them, and creating a whole art form and artificery around that. And this will cut 2/3 of your time towards your switching of subclasses.
The 2/3?
Yep. Outcast is switching subclasses. So, but we will get more into that when he is successfully transferred over to this new one. Pavel and Yasmorn. While Vaden is reading, while Outcast is reading, Kuzma is reading, and Mendicus is in his trance. What are you guys doing?
I say while they're all reading, I'm looking out around us, keeping an eye on things.
I was gonna say I'm watching him watch things.
So as you do that, you eventually see Aurelius come running out of the woods, and he tugs on your coattail, and he says, "Is this supposed to happen?" And as he points, and you look where he's pointing, it looks like the chains are back in his ears.
What the hell?
I don't know. They just grew back again. Is that supposed to happen? Because Mendicus said they come and then you have to get them removed and then you're okay. But mine grew back.
Kuzma, come look at this.
Oh, okay. What?
Kuzma, didn't you remove these?
Honestly, don't remember.
I'm convinced Kuzma did it. Hey, Kuzma, you promised me that would be permanent. And now look at it.
Well, okay. So, they just back like this makes so much sense in really metal is just disgusting little things that pop up everywhere.
I thought you said I looked cool.
You must be confusing me with somebody else, so maybe.
What do I do?
I think we wait for Alcahest. I think he probably know most about this. I am not yet sure.
They're not going to hurt me right now?
Do they hurt?
No, but they didn't hurt when you guys cut them out the first time.
Well, I do have heat metal. That should be pretty painless.
Maybe we wait for Alcahest.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'll wait. And you see him kind of like fiddling with them as he paces off into the woods again. And with that,
Y'all remember why that happened?
Why? What happened?
I'm just asking them if they know why his earrings grew back.
Oh.
Y'all, I told him it was normal, but I have no idea. That
Look,
seems unnatural as hell.
It do, but you asked the wrong person, Yasmar. How would I know if his metal growing ears is very weird.
Right. And with that, with you all finishing up your books, and you guys just outside the Snillix University of Creation, you will all finish your books around the same time as you close them. If you open them back up, the ink will be gone. There is no going back and reading it. Kuzma, you have, with your Nat 20, successfully transcribed the book. Though when you, even with the Nat 20, when you tried to write down the detailings of the animals, it just seemed to like fade away.
So I got the book but not the animals?
Correct. Well, no,
Okay.
Kuzma, you have access to those animals as
Yeah.
Kuzma, but just not written down on your paper.
Okay.
But yeah, good session, guys.
That's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty, that's where we're going to wrap up tonight. If you enjoyed what you heard, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And check us out at awnatural.com and drop us a follow on Instagram at _natural. And if you enjoy All Natural, be sure to tell your friends and family about us. We don't pay for any advertising, so if you want to see more or hear more from us, your help goes a long, long way. Thanks, and we'll be back next week.